Right, so in this video I'm putting a massive, huge fucking trigger warning on this video. Generally to do with suicidal content. And yeah, I just wanna kinda talk about what's happened recently. So you may have noticed I uploaded a video a few days ago that's now taken down. It was called Labb's Final Message. And yes, it was my hopefully gonna be my final message. Well, not hopefully anymore. But what happened is back. Let me explain it in long term stuff. Back in January, I uploaded a video about speaking about Lexapro and how I'll be changing onto a different med. So I changed onto a different med and it was working perfectly for me. Now, while it did work in the initial 2 months, I've slowly been getting much more lonely in lockdown, especially since I also got coronavirus. So I the loneliness really did not help any of this. So honestly, I just felt absolutely awful with myself. The bad days begun getting just worse, and eventually, I had applied for a job offering that I had received. Had basically contacted me and saying, "Okay, let's do an interview," which I posted about. I didn't get the job, and now I have to wait till next year to reapply. As well as that, I found out that I may not be on the transgender list for what's it? Maybe on may not be on the waiting list, the public waiting list. I may be on a completely different list, which I don't know what the fuck why my doctors would do that. But on Wednesday, it was I had gotten a call off my doctor because we had to get a refill of my drug, and yeah. So what happened was I'd had a family fight, and in this family fight I had been called a tranny, as well as multiple other slurs before being told to go kill myself, and that nobody would miss me. So when I got home, I I got my fully restocked new pack of sertraline, or Zoloft is the drug name, and I got one of my facial razors, and I set off. Now, me living in a rural town, um, you can pretty much go anywhere. So I walked for at least 2 kilometers, 2 to 3 kilometers up one of the back roads, and I found a little forested area that you can get into easily. And I sat down there, and while on the way, as I was walking to that place, that's when I filmed the video. And I just uploaded the video, no editing. It wasn't parody, it wasn't anything. I genuinely just wanted to say goodbye because I wouldn't want to disappear and you guys not know about it. But I remember turning my phone on airplane mode after that. I had messaged a few other friends and sent the video to them just to say goodbye. And um, I just put my phone on airplane mode and went in. I sat down. I took out my box of Zoloft and I begun just taking the pills, literally without stop. Um, I just took them one by one, slowly swallowing, taking the next one, and I just sat there, listening to music. It was at that point that I then opened my phone without airplane. I then looked at my phone with my data on, and I had my phone practically fucking exploded. The video had almost over 100 views and tons of comments. I had missed calls from family, I had missed calls from friends, everyone, and I began getting very nervous. So, as slowly and surely the drugs didn't really do much, because SSRIs, they're not as strong of antidepressants, so they tend not to cause like a lot of damage. So what I did was, in order to just finish it, I took my blade that I had. Now we don't have regular razors like the American people do, like we like just a blade literally. So I had to use a blunt ass shaving blade, and I just started. I think you know what I just started, and that's hence why I have this. But after I realised that that was just futile, I basically got very scared because I thought that I was actually going to die now. But luckily, I got in contact with parents. Well, not really parents, my brother. He picked me up and we went right to the hospital. That's when I sent to my friends the last message was that I'm heading to the ER. I lost contact with most of my friends in the ER since there was no like cell coverage, so I couldn't really do much on that front. I waited in the ER initially for about 6 hours. They had hooked me up to a a fluid drip that basically was how they were gonna combat the drugs I had taken. They actually had when I was actually seen by a doctor, I was brought into this overflow bay to lay down, and the doctor explained that what I had done is so uncommon in Ireland that they had to contact British poisoning agents to know what to do, to know the guidelines. So, yeah, that was it. And I sat there. I must have my dad. That's when my father left. I was having me like minding me, helping me, and I was on my own for the first time in the ER, and it felt really weird. I remember just one point in the night going to the bathroom. Now, this overflow room didn't have a bathroom, so the bathroom was all the way down the hall. So I'd have to go out into the corridor and walk. And I remember taking the little fucking wheel along IV thing with me. I stood up and my legs felt like they were going to collapse. Once I got out into the corridor, the lights were fucking blinding and the world was spinning, to the point that two nurses had to help me down the hallway into the bathroom just to go and then go back. And yeah, it was horrible, to say the least. Stomach pain, I had everything, and just I was in the unknown. I was later moved back into the ER, and then the second day begun. I got a psych consult, and they'd planned to re-meet up with me the next day to discuss some things and just help me out. Really, that's all I needed. I needed help, and yeah. So then I went back into the ER, and finally I was transferred to the wards, where I stayed that night and most of the day after until about 1 p.m. when I had come home. And it only I don't know what to say, honestly. This entire experience has been so learning. Unfortunately, a very hard and awful learning experience, but a learning experience nonetheless. There we go. Why does that keep dropping out? But yeah, I've really just found a new want for life. After having to go through all of that, I don't want to leave this earth. My mind believed that nobody cared, that nobody wanted to be, and I was constantly terrified of making friends because of the fact that I thought my mental health would drive them away. This was just insane, and I want to thank everyone who reached out, especially in my Discord server, all of my friends and the people that support me. I want you to know that you truly saved my life. I don't think I would have been here right now if you guys hadn't reached out. And I've really learned that I do have an influence on people, and I do actually have like some sort, not control, I do have some sort of influence on people. So I might take a break a bit before resuming regular content, but for now, this is really it. So I'm Labb, and suicide is never an option. Down below you'll find multiple helplines and different places, mostly in Ireland and the UK. I'll try find some American ones as well for you guys. And thank you guys for sticking by me. I truly love everything you guys do. Thank you.